Okay, Grumpy Vlogger coming right back at you here. Just picked up the script. I gotta tell you, this was funny. She comes up, it's the gal that waits on me a lot, and they're all getting to know me pretty well there. She comes up and she goes, asked who it was for. I told her Judy Mendenhall, okay. And she goes in there and then leaves the drive-through window, because I was going through the drive-through. Goes to the main part where they have all their scripts that are already ready to go on a shelf. And I don't know, somebody handed her another basket and she started sorting them out. And then she got ready to turn around and headed towards the window. And then she stopped and had to turn around and go back again. And when she come up, she just a little bit red-faced, and she asked for her birthday. I gave it to her, you know, blah, blah. And she told me how much it was. I stuck the money in the thing, and then I said, I saw you go over there and you forgot what you were doing, didn't you? She says, yeah, I did. She got a little redder face. She says, happens a lot. I said, it happens to me all the time, but I'm old, so that's to be expected. Forget why I walk into a room, you know, was I going into the room or coming out? You may laugh, but that happens, especially as you get older. And poor Judy last night, she was having one of them nights. She had a bad night anyways, and she was hurting a lot. There's this damp, dank, cold weather that we're dealing with. Even though we're in the house, it's still this kind of weather creates, makes the arthritis that much worse. But she woke up, or she was talking to me about something last night, and I can't remember what it was she said, but it was completely the wrong words. I mean, the word, I had to stop and ask her twice, and then I finally figured out what word she was looking for, and when I told her, she said, yeah, that's it. And it was like she wanted to know, who starred in that show, and what she said. And she said something like, who's programmed for that show? And I go, huh? And it took me 2 or 3 times, and she says, that's not the word I'm looking for. She was struggling last night to find words. This happens, this is the result of her, especially when she's not feeling good. That makes it just that much worse. And, when she's tired and she's not feeling good, her mind struggles to find words. And it's not Alzheimer's, it's not anything like that. It's simply the damage from the strokes that she's had. Mind you, they've all been mild, but they, cumulatively, they've affected some of her ability to search for words. My cousin Travis, who I talked about in last week's video, we was talking about the $6,000 dog. His wife is an epileptic, and they were able to do some tests, and they've come out with new procedures over there, and it's probably been 10 years or so since she had it, maybe longer. But they have a surgery that they can go in there if there's not multiple points. In other words, the seizure is caused by one point in the brain. If there's multiple points firing in the brain, well, then obviously they can't do it. So they go and they test and do all that stuff, doing the EEG and EMG, and they find out where, in her case, she just had the one point that was firing. So they were able to go in there, a neurosurgeon was able to go in there and basically just sear that, cauterize that one spot in the brain, and it stopped her seizures. The only time she has a seizure now is if I don't know if it's her sodium level. I think it's her sodium level drops too low. That'll cause her to have a seizure. So she has to keep her sodium level up, and or if her potassium level changes. So, anyways, but one of the side effects was that ability to remember certain words, and there's times I know that Debbie struggles for them too. So, and it's just like, like right now I'm driving down here and I'm looking at this garbage truck, or rubbish truck as you would call her, and overseas, and it's a trash truck, but I look at it and I say, I look at that and I see that he has a flat tire, but I would look at it and says, oh look, he has a flat mirror. You know, that round thing that goes round and round? Yeah, the flat mirror. That's the way the mind works sometimes, and that's what happens with strokes and with certain, traumatic brain injuries and stuff like that. The ability of the brain, it's an amazing thing. It's frustrating at times, but it's still an amazing thing to see how the brain works, And having EMS, I've had MRIs, and there's days I can't think of a word either. And I know a lot of it has to do with the effect of the EMS on my brain. Oh, gotta love Muskoge's friggin' roads. They're just so wonderful. But anyways, yeah, that was that. But I had to laugh. That gal, she forgot. She walked over there. She had the basket in hand, but then she saw that there was other stuff in it. She started putting it where it belonged, and boom! She suddenly realized. She started walking back the window. It was like you saw the look on her face, and she pretended like nobody else could see it, but I saw it. As soon as she walked up the window, she knew I'd seen it. So anyways, yeah, we had our virtual doctor's appointment day. I said, next week we have a COVID appointment, a virtual COVID appointment with your PA. He says, oh, with Corinne. I said, yeah. He said, she's good. I said, yeah, well, she is. And I said, but the thing is, you can't talk about that today because we got to talk about that next week. I said, this is just a way for you guys to bill us double on our insurance. He says, yep, that's it. I'm building a yacht. I said, no, I know better. You wouldn't do us that way. You're not that kind of a doctor. I said, your boss, on the other hand, he says, I can neither deny or acknowledge that to be true. He says, one, we're being recorded, so let's not go there. I said, well, I just hope when your boss gets his yacht built, he invites us on board because we're paying for it. I don't give a damn if they're recording me or not. I'm going to say what I think. And poor Corinne next week is going to really get an earful because she just got an earful from me 2 weeks ago on it. And here's the other thing. They'll bill us an extra $5 for these damn virtual appointments. They suck. They're not as good. I did the blood pressure. I checked your pulse ox. I checked your pulse. I checked your respiration. I did all that stuff and checked your temperature. Gave them all that information. I don't get a break on these. I should, but I don't. Anyways, guys, you know what I say. Be kind, especially during these holiday times, because it's really frustrating sometimes to be, and especially under COVID, but be kind. Treat each other better than you would treat yourselves. And remember that all lives matter. The unborn and Grinches, like me. We all matter, and God bless, and God help the USA. I am the Grumpy Vlogger, and I'm out of here. Let me get past this intersection. Bye-bye for now, folks.